Next topic is aggregate supply curve. So aggregate supply curves and explain the simple diagram. That is, x-axis refers to the employment level or the level of employment, and y-axis refers to the expected level of income. X-axis refers to the level of employment, y-axis refers to the expected level of income. Then the two aggregate supply curves, that is Z and Z1. There are two supply curves, which is Z and Z1. The two aggregate supply curves drawn on the assumption of when the wages are fixed, when the wages are variable. So we take up to two assumptions, that is when what should be the level of supply when the wages are fixed, and what should be the level of supply when the wages are variable. So based on the assumption of the wages are fixed and wages are variable. Z curves, that is this one, is a linear one. This is a linear one because of the wages are remain fixed. Wages are remain fixed. That is why the aggregate supply curve is a linear one. Whereas the second one, that is Z1, the supply curve second one is look like a non-linear one. The previous one is linear, that is straight line. Z1 supply curve is non-linear one because of the increasing the wage rate with the level of employment. Increasing the wage rate with the level of employment. More number of labor forces either increased or decreased. That is, the wage rate is differ. That is, wage rate is variable one. So we simply say Z curves is linear because of the wages are fixed one. No change in the wages. That is remain fixed. Whereas the Z1 curve is a non-linear one because of the wage rate is variable one according to the level of employment or employees, number of employees. When the full level of employment or the full employment level, this is NF, this is the full level of employment is reached, it is impossible to increase the output. It is not possible to increase the output by more number of labor forces. So NF level is the full employment level. So in this case, the full level of employment, it is not possible to increase the output by employing more number of labor forces. So that is why the aggregate supply curves become inelastic. That is vertical straight line. This is vertical straight line. This is known as aggregate supply curve. Aggregate supply curve, NF. So aggregate supply curve becomes inelastic. This is an inelastic one or a vertical straight line. Why? Because the full level of employment NF reached. However, it is not possible to increase the level of output by increasing of more number of employees. So you should bear in mind while drawing of this diagram. OX axis equal to employment, OY equal to expected level of income, and NF equal to aggregate supply curves, and Z1 curve is a linear one because of the wages are remain fixed, and Z1 supply curves remain as non-linear one because of the level of employment or increased or decreased because of the variable amount of wages paid to the number of employees depends upon the numbers. So this is a brief explanation about the aggregate supply. Then apart from that, the slope of the aggregate supply curves depends upon the employment and the productivity. The relationship between the employment and the productivity or level of productivity. When the capital is remain as fixed one, when the capital is remain constant or remain fixed one, the law of diminishing returns takes place. Law of diminishing returns takes place because of more number of workers are employed. More number of workers are employed. The law of diminishing returns takes place because of when the capital is remain a fixed one. Then aggregate supply is depends upon the relationship between the wages and prices. Aggregate supply depends upon the relationship between the wages and the price. Wages means wages paid to the labor forces or laborers or the workers. Price means when how much you are expected to get from the sale of goods and services. So aggregate supply depends upon the relationship between the amount of wages paid to the workers and the prices of the commodity. So if the prices are high, if the prices of the product are increased, at the same time wages are low, the amount of wages paid to the workers are very low, the price of the commodities are increased or high, then the producers will try to employ more number of laborers engaging in the manufacturing process. So investment increased and production increased, then automatically the economic activity will also be increased. I repeat once again, if the price of the commodities are high and wages are low, then the producer will employ more number of employees in the production process, hence the investment is increased, then the production will be also increased or goes on increasing. On the other hand, if the prices are low and wages are high, in contrast, that means that the prices are low and the wages are high, automatically the no entrepreneur is not ready to invest more amount of money, hence the investment is curtailed. Once the investment is curtailed, the output has been fallen, then it leads to reduction of production activity and the capacity of the economic activity also comes down or decline. I repeat once again, the prices of the commodity is reduced or low, at the same time wages are high, that means more number of employees are involving in the manufacturing process and paid to the wages, paid to laborers as more amount of wages, then he is not ready to continue this process, that is investment is curtailed, automatically the output will fall down, then reduce the production capacity, then the economic activity of the country also decline. Thus, aggregate supply is an important factor to determine the level of economic activity of a country or nation. So, the determination of the level of economic activities determined by the aggregate supply factors. The aggregate supply factors are determined by the wages and the price of the commodities. I repeat once again, when the capital is remain fixed, the law of diminishing returns takes place as more workers are employed. The aggregate supply depends upon the relationship between wages of the workers and price of the product. If the prices of the commodities or goods increase, wages are low, then the producers or the businessmen or the entrepreneurs will try to utilize or more number of employees in the manufacturing process, and it goes on, the investment increased and production will be increased. On the other hand, or in contra, if the prices of the commodities comes down or low, wages are high, then no entrepreneurs ready to invest more amount of money in such a situation. So the investment is remain curtailed. Once the investment is curtailed, means automatically output fallen. Output fallen means the production activity also comes down. Then the economic activity also decline. So the determination of the level of economic activity of a country is only the aggregate supply as an important factor. So aggregate supply cost you bear in mind how to you draw the diagram first of all and explain the NF level and Z the supply curve Z and Z1 and aggregate supply curves. This is the end of aggregate supply.